Ralph Nader, who is Henry Paulson? I mean, we know he worked for Nixon, was the aide to John Ehrlichman, the ex-con, the man who went to jail, then went off to Goldman Sachs. He and Alan Greenspan still being considered the economic wise men, even though this all happened under their watch.
That's when you know the system is decayed and corrupt, that the people who brought us this disaster, Robert Rubin, with Bill Clinton pushing through the financial deregulation monster in 1999, which we opposed, which opened the gates for this kind of wild speculation and this casino capitalism, is still an advisor. He's an advisor to Barack Obama. He's an advisor to members of Congress. Henry Paulson cashed out at Goldman Sachs in 2006, $500 million. And now he goes to Washington to bail out his buddies. The public outrage out there is really enormous. The calls coming into C-SPAN yesterday were overwhelmingly against this bailout, this outrageous inequity, this double standard between the guys at the top and the people who are going to have to pay the bills under this bailout, the taxpayers and the consumers. Mr. Gupta is right in the sense that this is leaderless, but it's got to be more than just a rally of protest. It's got to demand something. It's got to be focused. Otherwise, it will fritter away. We've had rallies in Wall Street. It's a great place to have rallies. You can really congregate a lot of people, and the Wall Street guys look out the window, and they can see the people are coming. But the first step is to slow down Congress. Once this bill is passed, and it's a blanket bill, it's only 4 pages, Amy, 4 pages of a $700 billion blank check. Transferring congressional authority wholesale, and I think unconstitutionally, to the White House, King George IV at work again. Once it passes, then the chance for comprehensive regulation and all the other changes to make Wall Street accountable instead of allow Wall Street to create a corporate state, or what Franklin Delano Roosevelt called fascism, which is government controlled by private economic power, represented by people like Henry Paulson. Once this happens, it's not going to be reversible.
And Ralph, what about the homeowners who were at the center of this crisis in foreclosure? 1 million Americans have lost their homes in recent years. There seems to be still no clear sense that any kind of bill will actually provide clear relief for people facing the loss of their homes.
You're absolutely right, because Barney Frank was asked about that last night after the hearing, and he said this is a money proposition. If you're going to deal with the homeowners, it's not my banking committee, it's Charlie Rangel's House Ways and Means. In other words, there's nothing in this bill for homeowners. There's everything in this bill to bail out the bankers who actually created this problem with these out-of-control speculative financial instruments.
Cynthia McKinney has offered to debate Barack Obama if he's the only one who shows up at Ole Miss tomorrow. Are you also going to make that offer? And, Ralph Nader, would you consider, given the stakes of these election, encouraging your supporters in swing states to vote for Barack Obama?
Well, first, I'd be very happy to sit in the seat emptied by John McCain. But I think the stage can handle the only 6 presidential candidates who are in enough electoral colleges to theoretically win the election. And second, I'm not at all impressed by Barack Obama's positions on this so-called bailout. It's just rhetoric. His Senate record has not reflected that at all. As we campaign around the country, we're now in 45 states plus the District of Columbia, and we're running 5, 6, 7% in the polls, which is equivalent to 9-10 million eligible voters. We are going to try to rouse the public in a specific way, laser beam focus on their senators and representatives. When these senators and representatives, if they allow this bailout deal in its general vague manner to pass, when they go back home, they're going to hit hornet's nest. This is a situation where it doesn't matter whether the people back home are Republicans, Democrats, Greens, Libertarians, Nader Gonzalez supporters. There's such a deep sense of betrayal, of panic, of stampede, of surrender, of cowardliness in Congress that it's going to affect the election and the turnout. I'd like Barack Obama, actually, to support the Nader Gonzalez ticket.
Finally, Arun Gupta, people are bringing old junk to the protest today, records, old